Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another video. We are back once again in my garage with my Nissan 370Z. And as you guys may be aware, I have oil catch cans on my car, the dual baffled kind from Z1 Motorsports. And I haven't checked the oil catch cans in about 1,300 miles. So I figured it'd be a good time to do that now. And I figured it'd be a good idea to do a video about it. So this is that video that you guys have been waiting for a while. I know I mentioned it in previous videos, but I never really got around to it. But this is that video. But basically, these oil catch cans I haven't done in a while. Z1 Motorsports recommends that you check them every 1,000 miles. Of course, 1,300 is more than that, so it's a good idea to check them now. And I'll go ahead and show you what is collected in those cans, so that way you have a general idea of what your car may have collected in about 1,000 to 1,300 miles. So taking a look at the oil catch cans, if you guys have not seen these before, this is what they look like. These are the ones from Z1 Motorsports. Other brands may look a little bit different, but I have two of them here. So if you don't know how this works, how oil catch cans work, I'll do a brief explanation here. So there's a PCV hose that comes up from the engine. It goes into the can and then back up into the intake system. And as that hot air is coming from the engine and back in the intake system, this can catches the oil mist, and when it cools, it actually puts the oil down in the can right there. So these do have to be emptied. You can't just leave it there, because if you let it get too full, I've heard some horror stories of it overflowing and catching fire and everything, because you've got all these hot components here and you've got sometimes flammable liquids in there. Sometimes some gas, unburnt gas, can go in there too, so you want to be very careful when you are emptying it. Alright, so for this oil catch can kit, I would recommend when you're doing it to wear gloves. Also have a paper towel handy, because sometimes when you're tightening these, oil seeps out down on the seam right there. It may not for you, but for me, I tighten it up pretty tight because I really don't want this thing to come off or lose any kind of pressure and whatnot. So that's why I have a paper towel, just to wipe off any excess that comes out right there. Also, for these oil catch cans, you will notice that there's a bunch of screws. So there's 1, 2, 3, one right there, and then one right there. So the only ones that you're going to remove are actually this one here, that one right there, and then the one where the hole's at right there. And you want to make sure the orientation is correct. So you see where it says Z1 right there and Z1 right there. You want to make sure it looks that same way on this side right here. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up right over there and go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so the tool that you want to use for these oil catch cans actually comes with the kit. You get two of these, and it looks like this. That's what the end looks like right there. Kind of a unique end, but basically you use this and you hit those 3 screws that I mentioned, and then you'll be set to drop it down and move it out of the way and dump it out. So I'm going to start with the passenger side right here. You don't have to take these screws all the way out. You just need to have them loose enough to where you can drop down the oil catch can and then move it out of the way. I will say though, make sure that you have another hand, like I'm doing right now, underneath the oil catch can, because when it drops, it will drop. And if you drop it and everything spills everywhere, that's not going to be a good deal. So that's why I got my hand underneath it right now. Alright, so we got the passenger one right here. I'm going to go ahead and set these on the ground, so that way you guys can get a better view of what it has collected, because I don't really want to dump this all over my engine trying to show you guys from right here. So we're going to go ahead and take this driver's side off one next. The driver's side tends to have more collected than the passenger side, at least on my car. Your car, it may be different, but that's the way mine is. Alright, so we have the driver's side right here. Quite a bit more on that one. So I'll set these down here and then I'll show you what I see. Alright, so these are the oil catch cans here. This is the driver's side right here. So this is what it has collected. Move it in the light here so you can see a little better. It's really hard to tell, but You can see it collected a little bit in there. I have this cup that I just dumped old oil in. It's the way I'm doing it for now. So that's on the driver's side. That's why you definitely need one of these, especially on these VQ engines. You definitely need an oil catch can. But once again, this is from the driver's side. We go to the passenger side here. Passenger side is not near as bad. As you can tell, there's some in it, but it's honestly not much at all. Alright, so that's everything on there. And then we're going to go ahead and put them back in the car. Alright, so I'm going to start with the passenger side here. Once again, make sure this logo is going the right direction. So the Z1 logo on the passenger side is going to face away from the engine, and vice versa for the driver's side. Alright, let's go ahead and do the driver's side now. Once again, make sure that Z1 logo is facing away from the engine. Alright everyone, so that concludes my video on checking my oil catch cans from Z1 Motorsports. Hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you want to see more videos like this with my 370Z. Let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see for this car and for my channel in general. Yeah, I'll look at them and I'll hopefully get around to them. So yeah, I want to thank you again for watching, and I will see you as always in the next video.